All right, thank you for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, this is TMI Thursday morning edition. All right, let's quickly take you through the second segment of the program. Well, State of the Nation ahead of the 2023 election is our next talking point. And we are being joined by two guests again who will be doing justice to this segment. From my immediate left is Benedict Ochiago. He's a public affairs analyst. Benedict, good morning.
Good morning, Chris. It's always a pleasure being here.
All right, good to have you on the show. And from my extreme left is Honorable Ahimie Edwin. He's a grassroots politician and a senior special advisor to the governor. Senior special assistant to the governor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
All right, gentlemen, you guys are shining this morning. I don't know, where's the party happening after the show?
It had already happened before the show.
Okay, well, the election is just a few weeks away. And what's your assessment on political parties so far? Let's start with you, Benedict.
Wow. The truth is, prior to this time, the political parties have done their job in the sense that they picked their candidates, the one they are judged to be the best hands. Although there have been a lot of public outcry that based on the candidate that some parties have picked, is that the best they can offer at that time like this, at a time when Nigeria actually need a kind of a savior, and then one would have expected some political party to do better. But the truth is that internal democracy is normal. It is normal to pick your candidate. That is the constitution of Nigeria, that the political parties have to pick their candidate. And in the event that the political parties does a good job, then vis-a-vis you will be able to have perhaps the best candidates. And in the event that the political parties have done maybe a similarly bad job, then you will also say that it will also affect the electionary process. But for me, the political parties has done maybe well in terms of organizing themselves. You can say from outside what but you discover that they've been able to pick their candidates, and there were no fights, there were skirmishes, but also they are trying to put their hands together. But I think some political party has not done well because they've not been able to put their house in order, especially at national level. Okay. But in overall, when you're talking about, I want to stay with the political parties right now.
Of course.
In overall, the political parties, for me, I will be able to judge them that at their own, in their own standard, that they've done well. Although on personal level, I have problem with some candidates that the political parties gave, because I begin to ask some question in my head that does it mean that this political party cannot give Nigerians maybe perhaps a similarly better candidate? Is it the best you can offer with the array of candidates at your disposal, the intellectuals and all of that? But the truth is there are a lot of things that goes on in
So you're saying some of the candidates we have now, they are not the best hands from the political parties?
From my own view, they are not. Because you have to look at the state of we are talking about the state of the nation.
Yes.
And there is a lot of rot, there are a lot of decadence in the nation right now. There's a lot that and you need both intellectual will, you need both experience, you need both soundness of mind and of body. And so when you look at all of that in overall, you will begin to ask questions. Because the truth is that when you look at it right now, there is a movement from political popularity to individual popularity right now in Nigeria. Okay. You cannot take that away. People are beginning to go for individuals. People are beginning to say, who are the candidates? It's not about the logo of the party alone. It's about who does the candidate, the political parties pick. And the individual picked by the political party will go a long way determine what is the outcome, whether it will be in the favor of those political parties or not. Okay. That's where we are right
Honorable Ahimie, should we now say that the next election should be based on individuals and not political party?
Well, first of all, I want to appreciate my brother here for a brilliant
submission
towards the issue of the political parties. Now, one thing we must know, in a political economy, the first thing one needs is a political party. You can't do without that. You need a party. A party manifesto determines what the people sees to vote.
Okay.
Now, I want to key in line with what my brother has said about appreciating all political parties to be able to conduct themselves to have a better primary. Yes, there might be one or two issues in some of our political parties today that within there might be one or two crises, or how should I say it, whereby there are little disagreement within themselves, which can be reached, and there can be an agreement towards that. But the truth is this. I want us to know this. Not until the entire country sit down to decide what they want and look into the manifesto of these political parties to show what do they really have for Nigerians. I don't want to criticize any political party.
We are not going to criticize any.
Which I will always say this, 2015, if we are not careful.
2023.
2015 first. Okay. I want to make a point.
Okay.
If we are not careful, the same fate in which we walked towards 2015, that this country was shouting, clamoring for change. I remember vividly how people went on the streets, because as at then, a liter of oil was 90-something naira. They were clamoring for change, that they wanted the change in the government. And they brought a particular candidate. I don't want to call a party name. But today, what are we having? The same Messiah in which they clamored for. There was a political measure. We now have political parties coming together to say, this, we want to unseat the political party in power at then. But today, what do we have? Those are issues we should be looking at. Now, the truth is this. Not until we look into the generality of the manifesto of individual political party. By the special grace of God, I'm a party man. Yes, I have a candidate. But that does not mean that whenever I want to sell out my candidate, I should always speak about my candidate. There's a party manifesto. You're getting it? People work with a party manifesto and a structure. So those should be one thing that our Nigeria people should always look on. These are parties you should look into. Not about shouting that we need change, we want this, we want that. But you must look into what the party has to offer, so that tomorrow we will not still be looking at another certain group coming out to say, we want this, we want that.
So you're now saying that, because to an extent, there's a particular candidate that is kind of gaining support from the younger generation. So you're saying
my brother, let me be frank with you.
Okay.
When you're saying there's a particular political party, I will say you're wrong.
Okay.
That the youth. No. Am I not a youth? We have youth. I belong to a political party.
All of the candidates have their own supporters.
They have their groups. They have youth groups. They have individual groups that are moving. Yes, we have found ourselves in a critical situation whereby everybody wants a change of government. But one thing we must all know is, while you are shouting for a change of government, the first thing you must look into is the capacity of the man in which you are projecting and the structure in which that man can deliver. Now, the three political candidates of the key major political parties.
We have other parties that are key parties.
Well, okay, so let me say, there are four.
There are so many.
We have so many.
18.
But those
so
that I can point, those that I can point, my brother.
We have 18.
Some were former state governors. One is a former vice president of this country for 8 years. Some were governors for 8 years. Now the question in which we ask, how many of them today can still go to their state and have 100, let me not say 100, 80% as general acceptance by their state, before you now say Nigerians to support you? Like they will always say, charity
Begins at
begins at home. Thank you very much.
Okay, Benedict, I'm sure you have a lot to say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Honorable Aime,
But get it straight. We are not bantering here.
No,
that
not
is his
at all,
opinion.
not at all,
I'm
not
only
at all.
taking a reference point
Okay.
of what
Yeah,
you just said. That
I just wanted to get that
political-
clear.
Yeah,
No,
that
no,
the
no.
political party manifestos is what we should focus on in terms of choosing a candidate. I beg on my own standard to disagree on that.
Okay.
Because prior to now, the political parties in Nigeria has shown less willingness to stick with manifesto.
Okay.
Now they come with papers, they come with agendas, they come with promises, and when the individual that is voted either as president, as governor, gets into the office, he begins to run the system based on what he feels it is the best practice or it is good for him. Because our system, we have systemic problem in Nigeria. We cannot take it away. There is a total disconnect between systems and individuals. And individuals have been so much empowered, stronger than the institutions. And that's where our problem is. And so that is why when you are saying we should stick with political parties manifesto, I think we'll be casting our castle on a very shaky ground because based on antecedents. For example, the current government came in with a lot of promises. There are a lot of manifesto. We will do this, we will do that. But right now, what is it? He was the president, for example, or the governor. They were brought on the ground of political party manifestos. But now we see a total disconnect from what the manifesto was then and what is the operation right now. So we will be taking too much of a risk in 21st century, in 2023, by sticking.
So you're saying
making
manifesto
our
doesn't
decision.
matter?
Political party manifesto. For me, I'm not speaking as a politician. I'm a public affairs analyst, not a politician. I'm saying that right now, and I'm happy that there is a movement from that. This is our party. This is the party. You'll see people now saying, for president, I will vote this one in this party. For governor, I will vote this one in this party. For senate, I will vote this one. You see that the attention has been shifted away from the political parties. That, okay, because he is from my political, I must vote for him. The attention has shifted away from that. We are now beginning to look at individuals. Nigerians are now beginning to seek for solution. And this solution, because it is about intent, it is about sincerity, it is about focus, it is about being able to shoulder to know what the problem is and be able to prefer the solution. Now people begin to say that, okay, look, this one has so and so experience, the other one has so and so experience. Now we have to check thoroughly. Because the fact that you were in somewhere for how many years does not mean you have garnered enough experience.
Are you sure?
No. Being somewhere for many years is not...
Being a vice president or a governor for 8 years is not good enough to gather experience.
In our system, you can become a governor and do nothing for 8 years. Okay. So when we begin to look at your experience...
And do nothing for 8 years.
8 years. No,
Okay.
now, if we begin to look at your experience... Now, maybe the experience, it will be too risky to base our decision on your experience because we are looking at where you are coming from and we are looking at where we want to be as a people. For example, I am in my late 30s already. And now I've been told that I am the future of this country. And there's been a certain mindset that has been created where, thank God for a station like ITV that are beginning to give youth chance, that are giving you chance to speak, to air our view, no matter how irrelevant some people will see our view to be. But there is a station that is giving us chance to speak. Because if you cannot give us chance as young people to talk, and you are beginning to say that this one have experience, and because of that we shall entrust our future in their hand. Now, the problem we always have in this country is that we bring out people to take decisions in the future they will not be part of.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Now, we assemble people to take decisions in the future they will not be part of. And when you bring a man to take decision on something he will not be part of, there will be a lot of selfishness. And so now we are saying that in 2023 elections, that I have never seen such energy, you understand, concerning election in my lifetime, like what is happening right now.
Okay.
I have never seen
Let's
such
move on
energy.
now. Ahimie, you are a party man and you have a candidate. And to an extent, in your party, there have been a lot of disagreement and back and forth with some
No,
of
no, not point of correction.
some.
Not, don't say my party. The entire party, as far as I'm concerned.
Let me land. Let me land so you know where to respond from. In your party, there have been a lot of back and forth with some members, key stakeholders of the party. And don't you think, and on some of the major newspapers this morning, we saw where some of the candidates are still throwing shade at each other. Don't you think this is going to affect them next year?
Well, to me, I want to say this.
Okay.
As a party man that I believe so much on my party, I will tell you, yes, it's like you having a home. Sometimes you have disagreement within yourself.
Okay.
But that as a party, you always have a goal. You always have a target. Now you say people are aggrieved. Yes, we conducted a primary. It was successful. People lost elections. You don't expect them not to be aggrieved. Now, definitely individual political parties, not only my parties, even down to the least party, has issues. Now, the manner in which we are handling it is the better interest of our own party. We know what we are doing. Yes, these people will come outside, they will say one or two things. But at the end, we all belong to one political party. If they are really aggrieved, they would have left. But because of the interest of that same party in which they believe, and they have sacrificed for, don't you think they still have more things to benefit from the party? That's why they are there. Yes, people disagree to agree. That's why it's called a political party. Okay. You don't expect things to always go smoothly for everybody. But I believe this will always come out stronger. And our party candidate, the person of...
No, we are not mentioning it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just get that straight now. Come next year, Benedict, can we do away with bad leadership? Because to an extent, Nigerians feel bad leadership has always been the major problem of the nation. Can we do away with bad leadership?
Sure, it is very, very possible. Now, in fairness to this government and to the former government, when you're talking about the before 2015 and from 2015 to now, in fairness to them, cumulatively, they've been able to show real intent. I must be very, very sincere. No matter, I'm a very strong critic of this current government, especially on national level. Okay. But also, where they've been able to show intent, we must say it. And that is the area of the beavers. The beavers will enable the citizens make their choice and be sure that their choice will count. And the president has been strong on it that he is ready to deliver free, fair, and credible elections. Okay. And I think at this time, if the president can match words with action, and among many sins he has committed, he will be forgiven if he allowed the will of the people count at this
many
time.
sins, you said.
Yeah.
So who is crucifying the president?
Now we are the one. Yes, we are citizens. We judge him because he is our president. I mean, although we play politics in Nigeria where when you open your mouth to talk about a leader that you employed and people begin to see you as you are not this. But me, I'm not a politician, so I from my standpoint, I have the right. So now we can change it with real intent by going with our PVC and also going there to make a choice not based on emotions, not based on political parties alone, but looking at individuals across board. Because our problem in Nigeria is a problem of leadership. The level of corruption in this country is being engineered, harnessed, and executed by the leadership. And so if we can change the leadership, we can start from there. And also, like I said earlier, going to 2023, there will be a lot of change, a lot of shocker. The political parties are not even aware because when you see the analysis, they've not been able to make a proper analysis. Some of us sit down and we make proper analysis. Now, the demography of voters this time around has swung predominantly to the young people. And these young people are clamoring for a better system where they will enjoy and their children in turn will enjoy. And then this demography of voters are full of energy, and this demography are full of first-hand reason to cast their vote. And so some of the political parties we think is going to be business as usual. It is not going to be, because these young people are going out there to make statements with their voters card, that the PVC. Now, and the statement is such that they don't give they don't give what we call they are not ready to accept the malpractices of vote buying.
Are you sure?
Definitely, I will tell you about these young people. I'm telling you the truth, because the young people are intelligent. They've made proper analysis. You can go to the villages and be able to get because the political parties and our leaders have been able to impoverish the people mentally. And because of this mental poverty, when you give somebody 5,000, 2,000, he gives you his vote or her vote for the next 4 years without analysis. But this time around, the young people are not there.
Okay.
They are not looking at that.
Let me quickly come to Akimi as we begin to round up now. These young persons he's talking about, do you think they will come out in mass to cast their votes?
Well, why not? To me, I believe in the young generations. And I also believe, because I'm part of them, and we all believe in quality leadership, and leadership that will make a perfect arrangement for the future. Now, the only thing, like I said from the beginning, I said we shouldn't start on an error note, just like we started 2015, where everybody wanted change. Now, yes, the younger generation wants change in leadership. We want it at all costs. We want to get there. But one thing we must know is that because we shouldn't use that anger and that struggle to say we want it by all means, to not to look into the candidacy of the individual political party. So what we should do, the keynote is this: let's look at the interests of our political parties and their candidates, and what do they have to offer. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, and gentlemen, this is where we're going to be stopping.
But the youth has never gotten it wrong.
Okay, Benedict, we might still have to come back. We might still have to come back to continue this conversation some other time. All right, thanks so much, gentlemen, for coming. We'll quickly take a short pause now, while we make way for the sports segment with Solomon Aina. Don't go nowhere.